Right, good morning, fellow yogis. Workout number 24. We're almost there, 10 weeks. So we're going to start with our arms at our side. We're going to do our mind, breath and body connection standing this morning. So our palms facing forward. We're going to take a deep inhale through our nose, expanding that belly and the chest, holding the breath inward, and then slowly releasing out the mouth. Releasing, not forcing. Just do a few rounds of that. In through the nose, expanding that belly and the chest. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. One more. Inhale deeply. Hold. And exhale fully. Opening up the eyes, we're going to bring our hands and connect them. We're going to take an inhale, bring our hands to our chest. Then on the exhale, we're going to push forward with our hands. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale, back to chest. Exhale, bring them forward. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, back to chest. Let's go 2 more rounds. Exhale, pushing them in front of us. Inhale up. Exhale back down. Inhale back to chest. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And back to chest. Stepping to the top of our mat. We are going to inhale. Bring our butt down, arms up. And we're finding our chair position. We're going to exhale, we're going to fold forward, hinging at our hips to where our fingers will come. Inhale, hands to knees, flat back. We're going to exhale, we're going to find that floor with our hands, step back into our high plank. Inhale, shift forward, exhale, lower down to low plank. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, back to our downward dog. We're going to step forward that right foot. Come up to our warrior one. Fingers reaching for the stars or sky. Exhale back down to earth with those hands. Shift forward on an inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, Cobra. Those ears away from the shoulders. We're exhaling back to our downward dog. We're stepping forward that left foot. Finding our warrior one. Fingertips to the sky. Exhaling, coming back down to earth. Back to our high plank, shift forward, exhale down, inhale Cobra. Exhale back to our downward dog. And in our downward dog, we will take a deep inhale. Shifting forward slightly, and on the exhale, we're going to pull our chest down towards the mat. Inhale, shifting forward slightly, exhale. Bring that chest towards that mat. A few more of those. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And really pull that chest as close as you can down to that mat. And then we're going to slowly walk our feet back up to the top of our mat between our hands. Inhale, hands to knees, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Drop the head. And then we're going to take our butt down, bend the knees, inhale, up to our chair, back to our side. Inhale, finding our chair. We're exhaling, we're folding forward. Inhale, up to knees, find that floor with those hands. Step back to your high plank. Shift forward on an inhale, exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to your downward dog. Step forward the right foot, come up to your warrior one. Fingertips reaching for the sky. Back down to earth with those hands. Find the floor. Inhale, forward, exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Or cobra, whatever works for you. Exhale, back to your downward dog. Step forward that left foot, finding our warrior one again. Coming back down to earth. Shifting forward on an inhale. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to your downward dog. And breathe deeply through the nose. Exhale fully. We're going to take our hips from side to side. And then we are going to bend our knees one by one. And then slowly walking back up to the top of our mat between our hands. Inhale, hands to knees, exhale, fold forward. Nice big inhale, finding our chair pose. Back to the start, one more round. Right, inhale up, bringing those arms up, butt down. We've got our chair. We're exhaling, we're folding forward, hinging at our hips. Inhale, hands to knees. Exhale, find that floor, jump back to our high plank. Shift forward on an inhale, exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, back to your dog. Step forward the right foot, finding your warrior one. Back down to earth with those hands. High plank, shift forward, lower down, low plank. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, back to your downward dog. Step forward the left foot, warrior one. And back down to earth, finding your high plank. Shift forward on an inhale, exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Our ears are away from our shoulders. We're exhaling, we're coming back to our downward dog. And we're going to take our hips, our butt, and create circular motions here. One way, take it the other. And then we take it from side to side. Pulling that chest down towards the mat, taking the gaze between the thumbs, and then we're coming up to the top of our mat with our feet, hands between our hands. Inhale, hands to knees, nice flat back. Exhale, folding, dropping the head. Inhale, bend the knees, bring the butt down, arms up. We have our chair. And back up. Oh, nice and tall. So stepping back to the center of our mat, we're going to find our figure 4 chair. So we'll start with our left foot balancing. So right ankle is going to just be resting just above that left knee. Nice figure 4. And we're going to we're going to imagine we're trying to sit our bottoms down onto a chair. Our arms are up, reaching for the sky. We're balanced. We're breathing. Controlled. Deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So we're going to inhale again through the nose. And you can stay here or you are welcome to follow my lead and bring those elbows down to the top leg. Still imagining we're trying to sit our butts down on the chair. We're folding forward. Take your gaze to somewhere that is not moving. Concentrate. Feel that balancing foot. And you can choose to stay here. So if you'd like to take it even further, take a nice big inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to see if we can take our hands down to the mat. Still very much having that butt downward towards the mat. And breathe. And then nice big inhale here. Exhale. And on the next inhale, we're going to straighten up that leg. Take our hands above our head. And drop that foot back down to earth. Give the hips a little bit of a wiggle. Move. And we do the other side. So right, left ankle above that right knee, our figure 4. And we take our arms upward. We come down. Arms up. And you can choose to stay here. Concentrating, being aware of how you're breathing. Taking awareness to that balancing foot. Every part of that foot pushing down the earth. Holding the entire self upward. Right, nice big inhale through the nose. And then we're going to exhale and we're going to bring our elbows down onto that top leg. And again, concentrating on something that's not moving. And we can choose to stay here, or we take a nice big inhale. And then on that exhale, we come down to earth with those fingertips. Aiming to have that butt coming down towards the mat. Enjoying that insane stretch in that left hip. She feels amazing. Nice big inhale here. Exhale. And inhale. Straightening up that leg. Taking the arms above the head. Letting that foot come back down to earth. And our arms back to our side. Give the hips a little bit of a shake, wiggle, whatever feels good within yourself. And we're going to come up to our mat, to the top of our mat. We're going to just practice our Chaturanga flow, our Chaturanga Dandasana. So it's going from our high plank to our low plank, to our upward dog, to our downward dog. So take a nice big inhale up, hands above head. We're going to bend our knees, find the floor with our palms, and step back into our high plank. So our shoulders are stacked above our wrists. We inhale, we shift forward slightly, and then we exhale. You can take the knees down on the exhale. We exhale, we lower down. We're tucking the elbows inward, and then on the inhale, we're coming up, opening the chest, pushing away that floor, turning the feet so they're pointed, and then we're exhaling, bringing that butt back to our downward dog. And then we take a few decent breaths here. And then we're going to come back up to our high plank and go all over again. Do it all over again. So shift forward on an inhale slightly. We are a strong plank. We exhale. We lower down. We're tucking those elbows close to the body. We're trying to line the body up with those upper arms. We inhale to our Cobra or our upward dog. We're keeping those ears away from the shoulders. We're pushing that floor. And then on the exhale, tuck the toes, pull the butt back up. and find your downward dog. Nice. So our Chaturanga Dandasana is a low plank, four-limbed staff pose, so many different words, or low plank. So it is the flow that is in our sun salutation. It's the flow of taking the body to the high plank to low plank to upward dog to downward dog. The flow, the vinyasa flow. Alright, again, so we're coming up to our high plank. You take the knees down whenever you need to. We shift forward on an inhale. We exhale, we lower down, we tuck our elbows. Straight, strong body. We inhale, open up the chest, tuck the toes, flat feet, the top. We've got our upward dog, and let's just sit here for a few breaths. And then on the exhale, nice deep inhale. And then on the exhale, we tuck the toes and bring that butt back, coming back to our downward dog. Lovely. We're going to drop the knees. We're going to let our head come down to the floor, to the mat. Our butt between our heels, reaching the arms as far up as we can, stretching out the shoulders. Bringing our wrists sort of next to our knees. We're just going to roll our shoulders. A fair bit of work just then. Appreciating our ability. Alright, we're going to come back up to our tabletop. Up to our downward dog. And we're going to step forward our right foot. And we're going to find our warrior 2. So our knee is stacked above that ankle. That back foot can either be parallel or you can take the heel back. It's whatever's comfortable within yourself. So our ribs are sort of pointing towards the side of our mat. Our chest is nice and open. And we take our gaze past that middle finger. Can kind of see our big toe and the toe next to it with that alignment and correct with that knee. And let's just breathe here. Our chest is nice and open. Nice big inhale. And then we exhale fully. We're going to bring our middle finger and our thumb and connect them. Palms facing up. We're going to bring that forearm down to that front knee. And we're going to take that back arm and bring it up, reaching past our self ahead of us. We're looking through our arm. And we're breathing. And on your next exhale, we're going to bring that top arm behind the back, keeping our chest nice and open. We're going to take this front hand and take it down to the floor. So if you can take the palm, fingers, or if you need a block. If you have a block, probably should have said grab a block. But if this is too much for you, just keep the elbow on the knee. And just focus on opening that chest. So from here, if you are able, we're going to breathe here. We're going to hold. Our chest is open. And if you would like to take it further, we're going to take that front hand, reach under that leg and see if we can connect our hands. Our bound warrior. Nice open breath, open chest. Release when you've had enough. Bring that arm back up. Straight, reaching for the sky. We'll bring it back down to earth. Take that right hand on the outer side of that foot. We're sort of back in a runner's lunge here. We're just gonna come backwards and forwards. And then we're gonna push back the floor with the hands and come back to a downward dog. We're gonna wiggle our butts in the air, take our hips from side to side. And then we're stepping our left leg forward. We're finding our warrior two again. So alignment, knee stacked above the ankle. That foot is either parallel or you can take that heel back, whatever you feel comfortable with. Arms straight, chest open, ribs are pointing to the side of the mat. And we're taking our gaze past that middle finger. And you should feel even on both feet, holding the body up, the weight of the body. Big inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then we're gonna turn that front palm, connect the thumb and the middle finger. Bring that forearm down. Bring that back arm past the head. We're gazing past that arm. Our side angle, extended side angle. Breathing. Cool, calm, and controlled. We're bringing that back hand, bringing it behind the back, opening up the chest the best we can. And you can choose to stay here or bring that elbow like so. If you feel comfortable, bring that hand to the floor. Our chest is open. And if you feel comfortable, lift that front hand and come back behind the body and connect the hands. We're opening up the chest. We're breathing, cool, calm, and controlled. When you're ready, bring that hand back to earth. Bring that arm back up. Take the gaze up with it. Bring it back down to earth. Move that left hand on the outer side of that foot. Come to more of a runner's pose. We're going to rock backwards and forwards, pushing that earth away with our hands, coming back to a downward dog. Lovely. Right, take our hips from side to side. And then we slowly walk our feet back up to the center of our mat. We're going to take our hands to our knees, flat back. Come up. And we're going to do our yoga squat. So with our mat, feet outside of our mat, I am going to come to an angle so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to find our yoga squat. So coming down with that butt, you can sit on a block if you need to. The yoga squat isn't quite for you yet. And we're going to push out our elbows. We're going to push our elbows into our knees. We're going to go from side to side in our yoga squat. Then we're going to inhale. Push out those knees. And on the exhale, we're going to open up both hands. Take our right hand up and our gaze up with our right hand. Inhale, bring them back. Push out those knees. Exhale. Open up the chest and the arms. Take the gaze up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more on each side. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Right, let's just push out those knees a little bit more. Rock from side to side. Take the hands on the outer side of the feet and just open up that chest. Gazing straight forward. Straightening up that back the best you can. We're going to take our hands to the floor. We're going to lift up that butt. Give it a wiggle. And then from here, we will, my sticky mat is rather sticky. We're going to come down to our mat and find a staff pose, a seated staff. Nice straight legs out in front, bringing our arms up above head. And we're just going to breathe here for a few. Connect the hands above the head and see if you can straighten up. Bring those arms to touch the ears. Bring the hands to the knees, keeping our back flat. We're going to take our left hand and take the right toe. So bend it if you must. You can do this with a bent leg, whatever your body will allow. So we've lifted that leg. We're going to take our free hand and bring it behind the body, and we're going to take the gaze back with it. We're going to concentrate on the breath, and with every exhale, see if we can't take it that little bit further. Nice straight back, and then raise that back hand. We're going to take our gaze to our thumb. We're lifting that leg as high as our body will allow. And we'll bring that back hand back, bend that knee, take that hand on the outer side and just pull that knee under that arm. Nice. Straighten her back up, other side. So right hand, left toe, bend the leg if you must. So we've raised that leg and we take that free hand back behind the body. And we're trying to have a nice straight back, taking our gaze back. And then lifting that hand if you can, and we're taking our gaze to our thumb. With every exhale, just taking it that little bit further if you can. And then we shall bring that hand back, bend that knee, grab the outer side of that foot, and just pull it in between, under the arm, flattening that back. Bring it back to earth. We're going to lie down on our mat. We're going to take our arms above our head. And from here we're going to take our right foot just outside of our mat. So heels just outside of our mat, and then we're going to stack the left on top. And we're going to create a banana shape. So we're side bending to the right. We're trying to relax into the stretch. Enjoying that side bend. And we'll take 3 decent breaths here. And then we're going to bring our head back to center and our feet will follow. And then we take our left foot just outside of the mat, that heel resting just outside of the mat. Stack the right and we bend to the left. 3 decent breaths here. Coming back to center with that head. Feet follow. We're going to take our hands to our side. We're going to find our Savasana, opening up the legs slightly. We're letting everything fully relax. There is absolutely no tension within ourselves. And we breathe. We take a deep inhale through our nose. As we do, we expand the belly and then the chest. We hold the breath inward, and then we're going to fully release. Like we're trying to fog a mirror with our mouth. So we are kind of forcing. So inhale deeply through the nose. Expanding that belly and the chest. And then we're fully releasing. Like we're trying to fog a mirror. Let's go 3 rounds. And then we're going to start slowly wiggling our toes. So we're wiggling our toes from the little toe to the big. We push out the heels. We point the toes. Push out the heels, point the toes. And while this is occurring, our calf muscles are obviously engaged. And then we're going to pull our knees down towards the mat, one by one. We're going to tense up our quads. And then we're going to just take our hips from side to side very subtly. We're going to take our hands to our belly. We're going to take a big inhale. Expanding that belly with the breath. And then we're exhaling. We're going to gently push down with our fingertips, helping the body expel the breath. We're going to take our hands and our awareness to our chest, to our beating heart, to our lungs. We're going to take a big inhale. Exhaling, taking the arms in front of us. Fingers pointing to the sky. We're going to wiggle the fingers from the pinky to the thumb. We're going to roll our wrists. We're going to take our shoulders off our mat. Also, like we're trying to grab something that's just a little bit out of our grasp. We're going to stop. We're going to let our palms face our toes. We're going to take a big inhale. Letting our thumbs touch each other, we're going to exhale. And bring our arms down above our head. We're going to stretch out the entire self, pushing out the heels, out the fingers, gently raising that butt. And then we're going to fully relax. Namaste. Thank you for joining. We are nearly completed our 10-week challenge. And I bet you're feeling amazing for it. Movement is medicine. On the daily. See you next time.